Pavel Nikolaevich Bogolyubov was born on the 18th of June 1879 in the county town of Ruza of Moscow province to the family of Deacon Nikolai Bogolyubov. On the 20th of September 1900, after graduating from Moscow Spiritual Seminary on the second class, Pavel Nikolaevich was appointed a psalmist by Vladimir, the Metropolitan of Moscow, to the Church of St. Elizabeth at Female Gymnasium of St. Elizabeth in Moscow. On the 20th of July 1906, by Nathanael, the abbot of the Andronikov Monastery of the Savior, Pavel Nikolaevich was ordained a priest to the Cathedral of the Resurrection of Christ in the town of Ruza. At that time, Pavel Nikolaevich married Ludmila Dmitrievna. The couple had 3 daughters, Zoya, Olga, and Maria. Since 1908, Father Pavel became the director of Ruza Poor House. Since the 22nd of January 1910, he was the constant member of Ruza Department of Moscow Diocesan College Council, while since the 9th of August the same year, the member of Rural Dean's Council. On the 10th of November 1909, the priest was awarded with a waistcloth, while in 1913 with a skufia. Unfortunately, there is no information about the life of Father Pavel from 1916 until 1933. According to the materials of the archive investigation case, after the revolution the priest had a diary that was partly anti-Soviet. That was the reason he was sentenced to death penalty, but then he was granted amnesty and called for Ria militia, where he served as a clerk. According to the materials of the interrogations, in 1922, when church property was confiscated to help the starving, Bogolyubov said, "The starving will not get easier from gold and silver, as they will be used for other purposes. Patriarch Tikhon is right, giving a proclamation not to give church property away." Those years, the family of Father Pavel Bogolyubov lived in the town of Ruza in a separate house 56 square meters in size, covered with wood shingles and having a barn. In the beginning of 1930s, the priest was with no particular place of service, and served at different parishes. On the 15th of January 1933, being accused in the anti-Soviet agitation, Father Pavel Bogolyubov was arrested by the OGPU department of Ruza district of Moscow region. At that time, the family of Father Pavel consisted of a wife and 4 daughters from the age of 12 to the age of 22. Priest Vasily Vinogradov, who lived in the town of Ruza and worked as a stableman of Krasnaya Ruza factory, gave evidence against him. According to the materials of the archive investigation case, Father Pavel organized a group of the deprived people arranging wine parties where anti-Soviet talks took place. From October to December 1932, the priest allegedly said the following: "Soviet authorities are the punishment of God. They are the authorities of Antichrist. We, the clergy, will serve until these authorities fall. We will hide in forests, but will not give up our service. Communists will not rule for long. Soon their domination will be over, as it is not strong enough. From day to day their things are going bad. There is nothing everywhere. Now we have the time when the Soviet authorities forbid doing anything. We are being oppressed and taxed heavily. What will be next?" When someone said to Father Pavel Bogolyubov that he needed to give up the priesthood, he answered, "I will not give up the priesthood, as these authorities are not strong enough, and soon or late their domination will be over, and all the churches will be restored." During the interrogations, Father Pavel said, "In 1917, after the October Revolution, when the Soviet authorities appeared, and the church was separated from the state, we, the clergy, with me among others, considered that separation beneficial for us, as we had no desire to help the Soviet authorities. We could not stand the Soviet authorities, and we were waiting for its fall. We, popes, were deprived of our welfare, were taxed heavily. That was the reason of our dissatisfaction with the Soviet authorities. The authorities are also persecuting the clergy. That is totally unfair towards any of us. There was the time I felt insulted by the Soviet authorities for being taxed. The Soviet authorities are bad because they have deprived the clergy, the source of earning for a living, food. Literally, we have to beg, going to the houses of our parishioners. Meanwhile, the Soviet authorities deprived our children with any advantages. They are forbidden to study and work. Despite the absence of any real evidence, investigation case number 19 of Bogolyubov Pavel Nikolaevich was presented to the UGPU Troika for discussion. On the 30th of March 1933, according to the 58th article paragraph 10 of the Criminal Code of Russia, priest Pavel Bogolyubov was sentenced by the UGPU Troika to 3 years of exile to Kazakhstan. The further life of the priest is unknown. On the 22nd of January 1993, priest Pavel Bogolyubov was rehabilitated by the prosecutor's office of Moscow region.